This is Warmup-1 notString. Given a string, return a new string where not plus a space has been added to the front. However, if the string already begins with not, return the string unchanged. Note that we should use .equals to compare two strings. So before we talk about the sample cases, let's first discuss the prerequisites of this problem. So you should know the following string methods: substring and equals. So first let's talk about substring. So substring is a method that you can call from a specific instance of a string, of a member of the string class, like so, str.substring. And it takes two parameters, int a and int b. The purpose of substring is to take essentially a subsegment of a string. So if we imagine a string like this, or rather, let's just leave blanks. Actually, I'll just use the capital A, but remember that strings can be of any character. And let's say that this is a very long string. A substring is any subsegment. So this is a substring, this is a substring, this is a substring, this is a substring. Anything that is a subsegment and is contiguous of the string is a substring. The way we use this is to take certain portions of a string, or to take certain substring. Take certain substrings within a string as defined by indexes a and b. So index a defines the beginning, and this index is inclusive of the range. This defines the end, and this index is exclusive. Here's what I mean by inclusive and exclusive. If we have a string like this, so it's index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., and it has characters, let's actually increase this a little, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say that the string is hello space you. So if, for example, we want to define this subsegment, so hell, the first index is 0, so a would equal 0. But the last index is not 3, but rather 4. Because it's exclusive, we define b as the index right after the string ends. So when we say substring 0, 4, we're saying start at 0 and continue all the way until you reach 4, at which case you stop and don't include 4. In this case, all the characters are at 0, 1, 2, and 3, so it's HELL, which is hell. We can also define longer substrings and substrings of any position, as I discussed before. So for example, you can define a single character within the string. So if I want to define this space, then it starts at 5 and it continues all the way until 6, at which point it stops. As a result, the substring is 5 and 6. And this substring only includes the character space. We can also determine substrings that start that are at position like this, or at position like this, or at position like this. Any are possible, as you might imagine. So that is what substring is. It essentially takes subsegments of a string. Next, we have the method .equals. And .equals is used to compare two strings. The only other parameter it takes is another string. And this essentially does what you might imagine would happen if you just did other. So for example, it's just an equals operator. So if you do 1 equals 1, it would be true, right? If you do 1 equals 3, it returns false because, of course, 1 and 3 are not equal. However, just comparing two strings like this in Java does not work because these are classes, not primitive types. As a result, to compare the contents of two strings, you must do str.equals, and then another string. So these are the two prerequisites of this problem. Now we'll just go over the sample cases and then determine how to solve it. So here we have the string candy. It does not begin with the substring not. Therefore, we just add not plus a space to the beginning, resulting in not space candy. Next, we have x. Again, it does not begin with not, so we just return not space x. Finally, we have not space bad. The string already begins with not. As a result, we just return it unchanged. So, so first, we can essentially just do exactly as the problem statement says. So if, as it says here, the string already begins with not, we return the string unchanged. So to check if the string already begins with not, we check the first three characters. So first we do if str.size is greater than 3. This is because if there's a string that has less characters than 3, for example, if it has 2 characters, not cannot begin in the string cannot begin with not because not simply cannot fit in the string. Therefore, the only times we consider if a string begins with not is if the size is greater than 3 or equal to 3. So if it is greater than or equal to 3, we check the first 3 characters. The way we do this is do str.substring 0 to 4 or 0 to 3, sorry. If you again recall what we do with strings, the first 3 characters are these. We start at 0 and we continue all the way until 3, at which point we stop. So the first 3 characters are of course indexed by 0, 1, and 2. And this, as you can see, is equivalent to this. So if the first 3 characters are equal to the string not, or in other words, if the str begins with not, we just return str unchanged. If this condition does not hold, we return, we do these operations. We return a new string where not has been added to the front, not plus a space. So we do it exactly that. We return not at the beginning plus a space plus str and append str to the end of that resulting string. So we can implement that right now. So first we check the size. This was actually an error on my part. So strings, you check the length of a string doing str.length. Size is used for array lists and generally more complex data structures. So if the length of string is greater than or equal to 3, or in other words, not can exist in the beginning of a string, then we check if the first 3 characters are equal to not. If this is the case, we return the string unchanged. If this is not the case, we add not to the front. And that should be it. We can run the problem, and as you can see, it works.